Greetings, everybody. This is Archangel Macintosh, aka Archangel Mikael, Israel, from the 12 tribes of the Hebrew Israelites, Yis-RoyAl, specifically Yahawada, which means Judah, and Lawaya, which is the Levites. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today, and I hope you guys are ready to continue on. You guys should have a greater understanding of what we're doing. We're on healing level 2. This is part 3 to the healing video. We're actually on reading the auras. We have went through the 4 simple defects, energetic defects. We went through how to use the symbols and visualization, and we already went through the introduction to healing level 2. So we can get ahead of everything right now. Let's go ahead and begin right away. By the way, for my legal disclaimer on this video as well, I am only sharing this for educational and entertainment purposes only. I have read this book already many times, and it has worked for me. It actually has been a great tool for me on my spiritual awakening and journey. So I'm just sharing it because I find it very useful. If you want to, you can find the information right here on this website right here, and it's by Stephen H. Barrett. So I do not claim that I have any ownership of this property or anything. I'm using it based under the Fair Exchange Act, pretty much. All right, let's go ahead. Or Fair Use Act. Pardon me. The Fair Use Act. Reading the aura and chakras. Let's make this big. Control plus. All right, that's it. This is too big. Too big. Keep right here. Reading the aura and chakras using psychic information and guidance. You will begin each energy healing treatment by calling in the energy using symbols as previously described. After this, however, your first task is to begin the process of assessing the condition of your patient's energetic field and well-being and overall being. Each patient will present him or herself to you with specific energetic defects in the energy field, specific energetic defects, and specific treatment needs. You will therefore need to treat each patient as unique and seek to come to an understanding of his or her condition prior to treatment. So I have some questions about medical history and stuff like that, how they've been feeling, where they feel it the most and stuff like that, and then when you do your the passing of hands technique where you're scanning their body, don't have any of this in your mind. Just, do it as you normally would. Start from scanning their head, go down to their feet, 2 inches per minute, and from there you assess what you receive from that person based on what they told you, based on what you sense and all that stuff, and then treat them based on what you feel from that. You see, and your intuition will let you know. So you just have to just let your intuition do the job, as if it's in front of you and you're observing it do its thing, as if you sent it to go assess information for you. Intuition, go assess information for me, and then you just remain silent and still. You must remember, however, that this process of becoming aware of the condition of your patient also continues throughout treatment. That you will use your perceptual tools throughout your work to continually refine and add to your understanding of the patient's energetic field, aura, and chakras as you treat. In Chios level 2, you will use 3 main perceptual tools to inform yourself of your patient's condition. 1, you might want to take note about this, on this. The psychic information and guidance you receive regarding the condition of your patient's aura and chakras as perceived through your intuitive sense in your mind's eye, your third eye, your dream's eye. 2, your observations. Remember, observation means to observe. Not to focus, but to observe. Your observations as you learn to observe the aura and chakras of the patient using your own eyes. And 3, sensations in your hands especially as you practice the passing of hands over the patient's energy field. The information you receive from these sources will be combined and used together. You will use these perceptual tools to look for blocked chakras, leaks, and tears in the auric field, auric energy impurities, and energetic depletion and disturbances in energy flow. The simple energetic defects that you will learn to treat as you study this level. You're looking for blocked chakras, leaks and tears in the auric field, auric energy impurities, energy depletion, and disturbances in energy flow. So the first perceptual tool you will study in order to begin to sense these defects is the reception of intuitive, psychic, gut feeling, third eye, information, and guidance. Also heart-to-heart empathy. A primary and very important tool of the healer is the ability to obtain psychic, energetic information and guidance beyond the level of our everyday awareness and consciousness with our busy thinking mind, which preoccupies itself with the surface level of reality. Lies a greater realm of awareness and consciousness, within which lies great knowledge and power. Each of us has, by virtue of our intuitive mind and intuitive feelings, a connection to this wider realm of energetic consciousness. This deeper awareness present in each of us contains within it all the information we might ever seek to know, like your Akashic records is within, including knowledge of the condition of the patient's auric, energetic, emotional, mental, and physical state of being, as well as their chakras. So including knowledge of the condition of the patient's auric and of the patient's aura and chakras, contributing factors in the psychology, psychicology, and life experience of the patient, and the most beneficial, benevolent way for healing treatment to proceed. So your being has all the information you need to know what you need to know to begin, start, and proceed. This psychic or psychological information can be accessed by developing and refining the connection we all have to this wider realm of pure white light consciousness, awareness, ahaya, shoro, ahaya, I am that I am. This can be done by cultivating our intuitive abilities through practice using the proper technique. The healer can therefore acquire this useful information, use it to become more aware of the patient's condition, and thereby be able to plan and give a more effective and beneficial treatment. Learning to access the knowledge contained in this realm of higher awareness, the almighty I am, the highest self, the universal consciousness, the unity consciousness, the universal consciousness, the unconsciousness. So learning to access the knowledge contained in this realm of higher awareness not only enables the healer to receive information on his or her own I am from the higher awareness of the healer I am, but also to open a channel to receive guidance from I am. Often, the healer will be assisted in obtaining this information from spirit through the assistance of an entity which exists on a higher level of awareness, ahaya, shoro, ahaya, pure white light, a higher plane of existence, heaven, a guide. The guide acts to provide a channel, a way, a tunnel, to facilitate the reception, the back and forth, push and pull, electromagnetic functions of this information. So let's read that again. The guide acts to provide a channel to facilitate the reception of this information as a messenger to assist the healer. Because the guide exists at a higher realm of reality, initial contact and effective communication may be difficult, at first, but through the training of the intuitive sense of the healer, the awareness opens up. I am that I am, and a fuller, more comprehensive awareness and communication, energetic communication, divine communication, psychic communication between healer and guide, Ahaya, sure, Ahaya, becomes possible. As if with Yeshaya. The guide may also provide a conduit for the healer to exercise the healing power, which resides in this field of pure being, whether a healer operates alone or with the assistance of a guide. It is this higher realm of awareness that provides much vital information for the healing of the patient. So we're going to be using these guides and these angels to connect to higher information. The development of intuitive ability is essential for the reception of this information. Learning to develop the intuition is the same overall process as becoming aware of and able to accurately receive guidance. The technique that trains the awareness of the healer to begin to receive this intuitive psychic information is described below. This technique effectively assists the healer in asking for and receiving the desired information, and provides an entry into what will become the effortless and unitary reception and awareness of psychic information and guidance. From regular practice, repetition, train, integrity, consistency. You will find that your receptive ability will progressively increase and become more accurate, and you will naturally receive more information as you work. You will also, if you have guidance, find that the more you work to become consciously aware of and use the information your guide offers, the stronger your guide's assistance becomes. Ahaya, sure, ahaya. Ahaya, sure, ahaya. Ahaya, sure, ahaya. I am that I am. I'm going to pause for 1 second real quick. The intuitive technique, inner intuitive technique for practicing reception of psychic, energetic information and guidance. 1 second, guys. Alright, let's continue. Learning to obtain psychic information and guidance is begun through learning to do an intuitive reading, an energetic reading, vibration reading, field of vibe. Understanding how the mind works to obtain this information, and then using the mind in an accurate, deliberate, conscious, and pure way to obtain it. Assist the healer in learning this ability. The human mind is often thought to be composed of two differing functions: the intellect or rational mind, which thinks along specific avenues of thought, which is left brain, left hemisphere, and the intuitive mind, or intuition, the emotional mind, which is able to access information from the larger realm of intuitive awareness, which is the right brain, the righteous. These two functions generally, but not perfectly, correspond to the two cerebral hemispheres, which is in the brain. And each has its part to play in our life by virtue of its unique abilities. The rational mind, corresponding to the left hemisphere, is deductive, active, logical, concentrates, square, and assists us, or more manly too, masculine, and assists us in living in this world, in the logical world, physical world. It excels at focusing on specifics, at formulating, analyzing, calculating, mapping out, blueprinting, interpreting things, and taking specific action. The intuitive mind corresponds to the right hemisphere. It is expansive, passive, receptive, psychic, feminine, circular, or unpredictable, random, and possesses an inner awareness beyond time and space. It excels, it has an inner awareness beyond logicalness in analyzing and all that stuff. It excels at receiving impressions and coming to intuitive understanding of things, and is able to access information from the wider realm of awareness. It is our personal connection to this realm. These functions of the mind may also be termed the active principle, the rational mind, and receptive principle, intuitive mind, like electromagnetic. The left brain's electro, because it sends, and the right brain is receptive, so it attracts. Just like a man sticks and a woman receives. You see, that's why it's seen that way. It may be used in a certain way to obtain psychic information. The active principle, with its ability to focus and formulate, is used to ask for the information that is desired, to focus the awareness upon the subject of the inquiry. The active principle is then dropped or left behind, so that the receptive right principle may receive the information desired. Before the information comes, the rational mind, active principle, focuses the attention and intention, and then control is relinquished, so that the intuitive mind, receptive principle, may effortlessly receive the needed information. These are used in a certain way in this method of asking for and receiving information is detailed below. So you might want to take note on this part. Before beginning treatment, stand with your eyes closed and concentrate. Imagine in your mind's eye the shape of your patient's body, a body outline. Focus your awareness on a blank outline of the body alone. So no feeling, just outline. Allowing all other thoughts and emotions to become unimportant. Create this shape in your mind. You will be doing this with the awareness that you will be receiving shortly information on the energy field of the patient. This concentration on the body outline will probably require a little effort, at least while learning. Focus on your patient's body's outline. For a short moment, let your attention concentrate and focus, laser beam, on this shape alone. So it's concentration, then you release, let go, become passive, become dumbfounded, and just become open to what comes. Effortless reception. It's like you're sending your intuition to go grab the information, you're just waiting for it now. Reading the aura and chakras using the intuitive technique. So then release all effort, relinquish all control, and open yourself up to effortless reception of information that will just come. Let your mind drift. Let go of all thoughts and preconceptions. Suspend your thinking. Do not strive to see anything. You may still see the body outline, although now other information will appear as patterns upon it. Blotches or patterns on the body. Fuzzy areas or other appearances in the aura, colors, or in many other ways. What feeling are you receiving about the body? About a specific location or the overall body outline? What do you feel? What do you sense? What are you receiving from the vibe? Let whatever comes just come, without placing any judgment or thinking bias upon it. See whatever is coming effortlessly. Notice how this release of effort and seeing is similar to visualization as you have practiced it. It is not the same as pretending to see or as seeing with the physical eyes. It is seeing information intuitively, energetically, psychically, with the third eye chakra, as well as your sacral chakra, your belly, and your heart chakra, empathy. Information that is felt with the being. It is not possible to tell you exactly what you will see, because each person will perceive differently. You must experience and interpret for yourself your own unique perceptions. Perhaps you will see a discoloration or blotch over a chakra location and know at the same time that it is a blocked chakra. Perhaps you will sense leaks or tears or damaged areas in the field, leaking energy. Perhaps you will see muddiness around the head that you know to be auric impurities. And at the same time sense a gummy or mucky feel to the energy, to the vibe, the vibration. Perhaps you will sense an overall disturbance of energy flow in the entire field, or maybe a local disturbance of energy flow. Perhaps you will sense energy depletion in the field, a weakness in the energy, something sucking the person's energy. You will sense any or all of these conditions in your patient in various combinations depending on that person's unique condition. You may at the same time receive information regarding the proper treatment for these areas. So you can receive information regarding the proper treatment for these areas. Sometimes it might be what we haven't even studied in anything we're talking about today. That's why it's important to remain open, because there's things that cannot be said and written down, because each healer is different and each healer grows as they go, which means their psychic abilities and energetic vibrations and feelings become more sensitive, which means they might see things in a way that someone else may not see it and be accurate, you see? And at the same time, there might be a technique that healers haven't put on paper yet, or didn't put on paper because they already created a book like this, and and they just thought, hey, I already made a book, so what's the point of upgrading or updating what I know now, So the books won't tell you all the techniques and everything. It'll just tell you the basics, that intermediate and somewhat advanced stuff, so you can be able to work from there and, just take off. Just take off, because you're going to learn your own specific way of doing this stuff, and it may be how you're taught today, or maybe not. Just know that whatever works, works, and that's all that matters, right? We're trying to treat. Especially knowing that we can distance heal. We can heal people from a long distance without even talking to them or anything like that. You will not be limited in your reading to psychic sight, as information may come also through sounds or feelings in your own body. The important thing to understand, however, is that you will not be seeing as you normally do with your eyes. It will be something like remembering a distant memory, or like a dream you have decided to dream without knowing exactly what it will be. It will not be information you think, but information which just comes to you automatically, and you can't help but to feel that way and think that way and react that way. If while receiving the information you find yourself distracted by thoughts, let go of them. When you are receiving clear psychic information, you are free from thoughts and emotions. Enter the inner void and stillness, that deepest quietness within. The deepest and quietest spot within. Free from the excessive activity of the thinking mind, the rational mind, the left brain, or the logical mind, and are allowing just the information coming from beyond yourself to emerge. If you are distracted by mundane thoughts, materialistic thoughts, earthly thoughts, or doubt, do not react to them. Just drop them and continue receiving the information effortlessly. This information coming from the realm of wider awareness, possibly from a guide, Ahaya, Shora, Ahaya, the Almighty I Am, pure white light spirit, has a different flavor, a different feel than the thoughts from your own mind. You must learn for yourself how this difference feels. So you can tell when a guide is assisting you, and you can tell when it's just your own mind. You know what I'm saying? You can tell there's a different feeling when a guide speaks through you. And I feel like my guides are telling me to speak this way. Seriously. But it could be just my mind too. But obviously I can sense the difference within my own being. It will always sound like my own voice, and it will always kind of speak through my own thoughts, but usually it's not really me. It's my thoughts are influenced, my speech is influenced, my communication's influenced completely by the pure white light, if not all the time. This exercise will take just a moment or two. It may be repeated for a second or third time if you feel it would benefit. Although once will often be enough, it will suffice, especially after you have gained some experience in this basic technique. Whether performing one round of this technique or several, allow all the information coming to begin to integrate into an overall understanding of the condition of your patient, as well as inform you of whatever of the various energetic defects of the aura and chakras may be present. So whether performing one round of this technique or several, allow all the information coming to begin to integrate and form together like a puzzle and form a picture into an overall understanding of the condition of your patient. And let it inform you of whatever of the various energetic defects of the aura and chakras that may be present, so you can know what to heal. Alright, moving on. This technique is a very useful training tool and should be used while you are learning and perfecting your ability to psychically, aka energetically, vibrantly read energetic fields or vibrational fields, psychic fields, thought fields, feeling fields, auric fields, chakra fields, chi fields, pranic field, etheric field, cosmic field, light field. When you become very advanced in the intuition technique, you will no longer have to consciously follow these steps. You will direct your awareness and the information will come automatically. Snap, snap. This basic technique can be used in many different ways and in many different areas of your life. In addition to seeing information and sensing it with your tummy and empathizing with the information through your heart, you may also receive sounds, feelings, inner knowings, or other guidance at various times. Be open to any colors that speak to you. Chakra colors or colors in lower layers of aura. You will use all this information and the sensing with your hands to allow a fuller understanding of the condition of your patient to emerge in your awareness. Do not merely analyze your patient's condition, but use your intuition, your detached state of being, to begin to integrate and assess the information you are receiving. Allow the information to emerge as it is. Trust your first impressions and do not encourage your thinking mind to question or modify what emerges. Just learn to trust, have faith. Trust the information you are receiving from the Most Higher, and learn to trust your intuitive senses. It is as valid a tool as your rational mind. Alright, and these are what some of the impurities can look like. So, oh, pardon me. So you see leaks from the shoulder. It will look like energy leaving out. Right here you can see a tear across the heart and the abdomen, which would mean that the heart is probably leaking energy in the solar plexus because there's a tear there, which means energy come out. And if it isn't a tear, it's probably just a leak. Sometimes there's impurities around the head or around other places in the body. Energy impurities around hips, and these are specifically where they're at. Leaks are usually in near the joints, like elbows, shoulders, knees, and stuff like that. Tears are usually across a whole energetic field, across your chakra. You see what I'm saying? It's not usually at a bent elbow or joint and things like that. Knees, ankles, hips. Blocked chakras, as you know, will be a chakra that's blocked. You can tell because it's probably dark or it feels heavy there or mucky, or foggy. And that's pretty much it. Like, you can tell a lot of things from just sensing that. And if it's something emotional, you'll sense the emotional help that they may need too, the emotional treatment or psychological treatment if it ain't anything of these, you know. So it's supposed to be looking like this, pure. You start from here, you concentrate on the outline of the body, don't fill it in, just the outline, and then just release after a little bit, and then just let what comes to you for the next couple of minutes, and then you'll sense, you know, what you need to sense and feel. And don't think about this while you do that. Alright, so now let's go ahead and begin learning to view the auras. So learning to view the aura. During energy healing treatments, you will often first sense the condition of the patient's aura and chakra through reception of psychic information and guidance. After doing so, however, it is good to also practice seeing the aura for yourself. To view the human aura is difficult at first, for the eye is not accustomed to seeing it. But do not worry if you have not seen an aura before. Virtually everyone who persists in practicing viewing the aura can succeed at it, although it may take a little time. Actually, the aura is visible to all, although we do not teach ourselves to recognize it, cultivate our ability to see it, or consciously acknowledge its presence. Alright, pardon me. It is very possible that you have had experiences in which some portion of the aura has been visible to you on some level of your awareness, but your conscious mind did not recognize them as such, like certain colors and stars and lights, especially when you were younger, especially when you get up too quick or something like that, or seeing the rainbow. That's the aura of the earth, actually, and it's in the same order of the chakras and auric field. So there have often been times when you have been aware of the emotional or mental state of other persons, for example, and have known so on a deep level from your unconscious awareness of their aura. Universal consciousness, unity consciousness, unconsciousness. The unconsciousness controls the universal consciousness, which means the Akashic record. So now you can tap into people's blueprints and all that type of stuff. Attempting to view the aura is best done in an environment conducive to viewing it. An environment in which there is not bright or harsh lighting, nor lighting that is too dim. Soft light in a room that is neither very bright nor too dark is ideal. The background color against which you will practice viewing the aura should be neither very dark nor very light nor a strong color. A light to medium neutral color will work the best, gray being ideal. You may wish to cover your treatment table with a suitable color if it is not already. If you decide to practice during treatments, it is best to use a human subject for your practice, and it is not necessary to use external devices such as special glasses to learn. It is important to approach the viewing of the aura with the proper attitude. Attempting to view the human aura is not something to work at or concentrate on. In fact, the gaze itself must be soft. Gaze softly. You must soften and slightly defocus your gaze as though you were looking at something off center or with the eyes slightly out of focus. This is looking at an area using the eyes in accordance with the receptive principle. The eyes relax and allow whatever information wants to come in to just come in, instead of reaching out to notice details, which is the rational mind. Learning to see the aura is not something you work at, it's not left brain, but something you relax to, which is right brain. It is an openness. You should strive before practice to achieve a quiet within your mind and be devoid of expectation. Release all preconceptions of what it will look like or feel like to see an aura or chakra. And be aware that it will be a subtle experience with fine perceptions. Have faith also and believe that you will see what exists. And do not doubt. Have faith and trust. Do not allow yourself to fall into the common trap of doubting. Allow yourself to have faith and trust. And do not discredit what you see. Credit what you see. Honor what you see. You might be seeing it for a reason, even if it may seem like it has nothing to do with what's happening. You have learned to trust your first intuitive impression. When practicing the intuition technique and reading the field intuitively, trust your impressions now in your efforts to learn to see the aura. This is a technique that will assist you in learning to see the aura. In learning to see it, you will use the same basic concepts you employed in the intuitive technique that assisted you in beginning to receive psychic, energetic information and guidance. You will, in learning to view the aura, use a similar alteration between active and receptive principle, logical and intuitive principles. You will concentrate with the active principle upon the shape of the area over which you wish to see the aura, either a part of the body or the entire body, as you see it with your eyes, just like when you use the shapes and the symbols. You will then release into the receptive principle to allow impressions of the aura to form in your mind's eye at first, and then will attempt to confirm this intuitive impression with your physical eyes. It is easier to see the aura in this way because the aura is seen first with the mind's eye and then with the physical eyes. To learn to see the aura in this way makes perception easier and serves to perfect the ability. In actuality, as you become more and more able to see the aura, you will see it with the mind's eye in conjunction with the physical eyes. The first portion of the aura you will probably be able to see is the first layer of aura, or etheric body. It will appear to you as a light gray, light blue, or colorless haze. Light gray, light blue, or colorless haze around the surface of the body, from 1/2 inch to an inch or so above the skin surface. This haze is a superphysical light, a very fine perception, and may not appear the same as a physical light would. If you approach viewing the aura with the proper attitude, receptive attitude, you should find that it is not very difficult to begin to see this first layer. Yeah, I'm actually able to see the first layer. It is sometimes easiest to learn to see this first layer of aura by attempting to view it around specific parts of the body. It's weird because now when I go shopping and all this stuff, I see people glowing and stuff, and I'm like, what the heck? I can't really talk much about it to the people I'm with because some of them don't believe what I believe in, or they'll think I'm nutty and stuff, and they don't comprehend this healing stuff. So, you know, it just is what it is. The exercise below is a good start at perceiving the etheric layer. It may assist you in viewing this first layer of aura around your hands. Hold your hands out in front of you, with fingers gently spread and relaxed, palms facing toward you. Concentrate now for a moment on the area in space around one of your hands. Gaze with your active mind at the shape of the hand, the outline of the hand, and the area around it. Release now. Relax into receptive phase as you have learned to do while glancing away from your hand. So now you just let your eye become unfocused. It's almost like you're still looking at the same spot, but you're not. You're just there. You're just present. Allow an impression to form in your mind's eye. Let your mind's eye perceive in the same way you did when learning to receive psychic information with your eyes closed. Notice that an impression can form in your mind's eye independently from whatever your physical eyes are looking at. What impression do you get in your mind's eye? Do you see anything around your hands, like a fuzziness, a haze, or a layer of light surrounding your hands? Almost like a mist or light smoke. Now, with your gaze softened, defocused, and relaxed, look back at your hand with your physical eyes and try to see the aura around your hands with your physical eyes too. Try effortlessly to confirm with your physical eyes what you have seen in your mind. Confirm with your physical eyes what you have seen in your mind. Repeat this cycle several times to begin to allow a stronger impression to form in your mind, and perhaps make the aura around your hand easier to see. And you can do this as we speak too. So continue practicing. Repetition, train, practice. Remain consistent, have integrity and stamina to continue. After attempting to view the aura around your hands in this way, call in the energy. I call light to my being now. Pure white light, I am that I am. I invoke you from within. May you assist me in this healing today, here, now, and present. I call light to my beingness now. Use the symbols as described for beginning treatments to bring in the energy to your hands, feeling it build. Repeat the glancing technique again, now using the same technique to attempt to see the aura around one of your hands Perform several cycles, allowing impressions to form. What do you see? Is there any difference between the apparent size or intensity of the aura around your hands? Did bringing in the energy into your hands make the aura easier to see? Amplifying the energy around your hand and palm and fingers. By bringing in the energy, you intensify the auric field around your hands. This may make the aura around your hands bright and easily visible. Look at the aura around both of your hands. Can you see the light around them? I sure can. I sure am. I sure do. It is also possible to practice seeing the aura around specific parts of the body of others, especially the head, whose etheric layer is sometimes easily visible. Practice of this basic glancing technique at various times throughout the day will often serve to assist in gaining the ability to see the first layer of aura. After gaining some success in this effort, it is time to attempt to view the entire first layer of aura prior to treatment. So begin to view the aura of the entire body with your patient lying down in front of you on the treatment table. By gazing with your active mind at the area around the shape of the body, the outline, the open space surrounding the area near the body surface where the aura should be. For a brief moment, actively focus on this outline. Then avert your eyes, release into the receptive phase, and allow yourself to become aware of what your mind's eye perceives. What do you see in your mind's eye? You might still see the shape of your patient's body in your mind's eye, but is there perhaps something around or near it? What do you sense? A shell, a haze, or a layer of dim light near the surface of the body? Repeat this several times, each time giving yourself a brief moment for an impression to form. This is a bit like looking into a room quickly and then looking away. After some number of rapid glances, you will begin to get an impression of the room that lingers in your mind after such glances. You should similarly get some impression in your mind's eye of the aura of your patient. Alright, pardon me, I'm over here going back and forth with my daughter. Alright, let's go ahead and continue. After getting some impression in your mind's eye, look back at your patient with your physical eyes. with your gaze softened and in the receptive phase. Do not strive to see anything, just relax. Defocus your gaze, defocus your eyes, and allow whatever visual impression is forming just come. Do any of the impressions that formed in your mind's eye appear to your physical eyes as well. Repeat the glancing technique again, checking first for an impression in the mind's eye, and then with the physical eyes, to see if you can view with your eyes what you are seeing in your mind. It is possible that you may even begin to gain some sense of the energetic phenomena of the aura of your patient, the way it moves, the way it flows, because chakras and auras are constantly moving and flowing. They're not stationed and stabilized. They're constantly moving in and out of position and stuff like that. So sense the energetic phenomena of the aura of your patient as you practice. It is with this repeated glancing, with the use of the active and receptive principles, that an impression will form in your mind's eye, and it will require practice for more than a general impression to form, and especially for the aura to then begin to appear to your physical eyes. So after you have succeeded in seeing the etheric body of your patient, which is 1 inch or an inch away from the surface of the skin, it is possible that with time you may begin to see the colors of the emotional body, which is the next aura, the second layer of aura. During your attempts to view the aura, you may, as you release into a state of effortless reception during your practice of the glancing technique, have the impression of a certain color over some part of the body. You may not think that your eyes see anything, but in your mind's eye, you may think yellow. Do not discount this impression. Definitely count that impression, for it is the beginning stage of becoming aware of colors in the aura. And if you effortlessly maintain your openness to this perception, you may at some point begin to see the color with your eyes. It will be a very fine perception, but it will be real. Trust your impressions of color, and you will find that you saw more than you consciously realized. It may take some time and much practice before you are able to glance back and gain some vision of the colors of the aura around your patient. As you practice, just let the colors come. Continue your practice and you may eventually see various colors around the body surface and specific details as well. First in your mind's eye, and then with much practice, perhaps with your physical eyes also. Do specific darkened or colored regions appear. Patterns. You may be beginning to see the colors of the second layer of aura, the emotional body. You may even see movement in the patterns or colors. Remember that the aura is not something that is seen with the eyes alone. You may look at a hand, for example, and see patterns that have a shape, form, and movement. But you may not see them in the way that you would see a table or chair, because the colors and patterns are not seen only with the eyes. If the awareness required to see them was a product of the physical eyes alone, everyone would always see auras. You must begin to see the aura in this phenomena with your mind's eye before seeing it with your eyes too. As you begin to see the aura intuitively, you will detect everything you imagine you should see with your eyes. And there is ultimately no difference in these two kinds of seeing. As you learn to view the aura, you will integrate what you see with the other information and guidance you receive. You should see the intuitive reading, the aura viewing, and the other ways you will be receiving information, not as separate techniques, but as part of a continuous process of perceiving the health of your patient. You may wish to begin with just the intuitive reading, using just the body outline, as you begin learning. This may make it easier for you to gain the information you need in the beginning, unless you can view their specific picture and everything. You might then proceed to also attempting to view the aura, using the glancing technique given above. It is also possible to combine the two techniques, perhaps after you have had some success in viewing the aura, so that you concentrate on the patient's body with your eyes open, and then release, allowing intuitive information to come into your mind's eye, as you have done, and attempt to confirm and corroborate the information you receive with your own viewing. Okay, so then you can learn how to concentrate on the patient's body with your eyes open, and then release while your eyes open, and still receive psychic and physical information based on that. Because just because your eyes open don't mean you're looking out through your eyes. You can be looking out through your mind's eye. And just because, well, you're always looking through your mind's eye. That's always. You're not always looking through your physical eyes. You can use the psychic information appearing in your mind's eye to plan the treatment and incorporate your own visual viewing as it happens. These are all stages in the single process of learning to see and assess the health of your patient's aura. You may use whatever form of reading is best for you, given your own abilities at the particular time. If you are attempting to corroborate your intuitive mind's eye information with your aura viewing, it is important to understand that at first, the two information sources may not convey identical information. This is because you may not be receiving intuitive information on auric phenomena that have not yet become visible to your physical eyes. The intuitive methods are a starting point and entry into viewing the aura directly. So you're intuitively sensing the auras and intuitively feeling the auras, but eventually you'll be able to view it directly. It is good to eventually gain the ability to see the field directly with the eyes. It is ideal to use your intuitive and aura viewing abilities all throughout the treatment, employing them later, as well after taking your initial readings and beginning to treat. You may see that these two techniques are really the same, and that there is really no difference between seeing with the mind's eye and with the physical eyes. They are one. We are all one. It is all one. There is only one. Therefore, one's listening to this. It is not necessary to incorporate direct viewing of the aura in your treatments at all, at least at first, but it is an advanced technique you may wish to try and do and be about. I am. All that is important is that you do what makes it easiest for you to sense and learn. Sense, learn, and grow. Alright, let's go down to assessing treatment needs. Alright, and this may be the last section we'll read before we get into correcting the energetic flows and stuff like that. Cleansing the chakras and sealing the leaks and all that. Alright, let's go ahead and continue. Assessing treatment needs. After obtaining psychic information and guidance, and attempting to view the aura yourself, you will use the passing of hands as your third main information source. as you proceed in the process of becoming aware of your patient's treatment needs. In Chios Level 1, you began to sense the human energetic field and to practice the passing of hands technique. In this level, you will benefit from additional practice in this technique so that you may refine it and gain further information from it. Now that you have received the second Chios attunement, your hands will be more sensitive and conductive, which should make it easier for you to sense the energies. After examining the body using the passing of hands technique, you will take the results of all three sources of information regarding your patient's condition and integrate them into an interpretation of your patient's needs. You will do this not in an exclusive, rational way, but in a manner through which each information source and all of them have worked together, logical and emotional and everything else above or below, to give an awareness of the condition of your patient that has formed in your whole entire being, in your holy self. Refining the practice of the passing of hands. It is important to practice the passing of hands technique in the proper manner to gain accurate information about the patient's energetic field. Pass your hands only over the front of the body, but including the limbs and all around the head area. They are passed palm facing downwards with the fingers spread slightly. The hands should be relaxed as if resting. Do this with me as I speak, so that they are receptive to the sensation of the energy. Notice how this is similar to the idea of receptive phase, as you have learned it. They should remain about 4 to 5 inches above the body surface of your patient and should be moved slowly, approximately 2 inches per second, while sensing the energy. So pardon me, 2 inches per second, not 2 inches per minute. Slow, too slow. You may choose to keep the hands close together over the same area as you pass them, although there is no particular advantage in this. Move them over different areas at the same time, or use just one hand alone. Often it is easiest and best to work with a single hand at a time. You must do what makes it easiest for you to sense, feel, learn, grow, and expand. Usually, the right hand is a little more sensitive, at least in the beginning, although after some experience, both hands will probably become equally sensitive readers. So experiment with this, be creative with this, because you're a healer. Either way, it's the Creator always using you to do this. So you're really just learning to surrender to the Most High's will, to surrender to the unconscious, the unity conscious, universal conscious. So your sensitivity in both hands will also vary from day to day with changes in yourself as you practice, repeat, and train. So practice. The fingertip sweep exercise you practice in the first level began to make you aware of the subtle sensations of the energy as you sense it with your hands. You may want to practice that now too. And if you haven't seen the first video, make sure you go check that out because we talked about this already. You have also begun to sense the energetic field of your patient as a part of your treatments. Empathy. There is another exercise you may practice now that will help you in tuning your sensitivity. After calling in the energy using symbols, hold both of your hands out in front of you. Relax, with palms open and fingers slightly spread. Now pass your palms over each other, with the palms surface 4 to 5 inches apart. I'm going to be making a demonstration video with everything all together at the end of all this. So if you don't graphically know what we're talking about now, you will later. For now, just pass your palms over each other about 4 to 5 inches apart and just make sure you're almost like scanning each palm with your palms. It will feel like you're starting to charge up. Do not try to figure out whatever you may be sensing. Just pass them over each other while remaining open to the sensation and experiencing it with your entire being, with your holy self. Perform this exercise several times a day. When you practice it, you are tuning your sensitivity. You are practicing the integration at a deep level of the delicate sensations the energy produces in each of your palms and your hands, are comparing, refining, and integrating their separate sensations. So this is how you fine-tune your hands. And before you do this, you might want to rub your palms together first and then pull them apart, and then, bring them together, pull them apart, bring them together, palms facing each other. Scan each palm over each other, and you'll be getting, pretend like you're making a ball, and you'll sense the energy like that. And by the way, I'm going to be sharing a very, 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 very important chi video with you guys as well, teaching you guys how to put out candles and do all types of stuff. And it's ridiculous, and it teaches you how to sense this energy too on a different level. So for me, I paid a lot of money for that info too, by the way, and it helped me out so much that all this stuff I want to share with you guys, to give you guys one powerful package before I leave this planet, before YouTube is canceled and deleted, before the internet's cut off, before the end of the world come, all this stuff. We need to know this stuff ahead of time, because we're going to be called to heal. Specifically you who've been with me through this whole video and you're still watching now, you're called to heal. That's the only reason why you're looking at this video today. Not to listen to me, not to just support me, not to just hear jibber jabber, but to learn how to be a healer yourself, so you can be able to conduct healings wherever you're at as well. And when you practice it, the more you practice it, the more like Christ Yeshua we are, the Messiah. You see, the Christed one, Yeshua. You see, and then we can do everything he done, move water, heal people, and do all types of things. And we're not looking to do that, we're just looking to fully connect with the Creator itself. That is the whole overall point of this, to connect with the Creator, or you're going to miss the whole point and miss the power with it. That this is about connecting with your Creator, the Most High, the highest sense of being, the highest sense of well-being, pure white light. So you may also work to tune your sensitivity while examining the energy field of your patients. It is beneficial, benevolent, when practicing the passing of hands, to first pass one hand by itself over a given area in the patient's field when sensation is detected. Then pass the other hand over the same area for confirmation. If it is, don't use the other hand thinking what you were thinking with the other hand. You know what I'm saying? Just use the other hand without comparing it to what you sense on the other hand and all that stuff. So just pretend everything's new, everything's fresh, and from there your consciousness will assess what it needs to assess by itself. You see, it'll form everything together. There's no way you'll forget the sensation you felt on the other hand, so don't worry about that. Just forget about it, because you can't. One hand may feel a sensation, and then the other hand may feel something slightly different. This experience will expand your sense of the energy, as if gaining more perceptive. Do not try to mentally figure out the differing sensations. Simply allow the experience to assimilate in your mind, to assemble in your mind, to integrate in your mind and your consciousness or your awareness. So simply allow the experience to give you a more complete, intuitive understanding of body energies, spirit, soul. You are tuning your sensitivity, increasing your sensitivity and understanding of the energies. But you are not merely interpreting the sensations with your mind. You're actually doing it with your heart. Your mind is a tool as well. Your heart is your guidance. And it's cool, the chi video that I'm going to share with you guys, the chi technique stuff, it's very powerful. It's going to teach you how to tune your energy too and activate the chi body all around your body. Be able to sense people like behind you and stuff like that, and put out candles, move straws, and just break blocks with your hands. And I mean, you may not do all that, but it teaches you, like, you can pretty much do this with the energy. And it touches up on the organs in the vital parts of people's body, which conducts this energy. And it's funny because it's connected to the chakras too, but they don't talk about it much there. So from watching this and watching that video and everything that I talk about, oh my gosh, how can you not be enlightened after all this? You know, just I don't comprehend how someone cannot be. It worked for me, and it definitely works. I kind of wish that I took my time getting into all of this, because it's very potent, very, very potent, very powerful. And life is never the same when you start seeing these things that normal people don't, mundane people don't usually see. There's no such thing as normal and all that stuff. Everything's normal to you. I mean, everything's normal to them, right? Everything's normal for me too. The delicate sensations you may feel as you pass your hands over your patient's body might manifest as a hot, cold, attracting, dip, or repelling bump, feeling in certain areas. And sometimes it'll feel like static, you know, or something hairy. Or like when you put your face or hand near a television before you turn it on, or while you're turning it on and go bzzz, kind of feel like that. Or being shocked by a metal slide. You know what I'm saying? A metallic slide when you're at the park and it bzzz, you know, it feels something like that. Sometimes you feel your hand pulling down. For some reason, it's like your hand is getting heavy at certain locations of the body, like a dip. You know what I'm saying? Like attracting. Or it can be repelling, where your hand keeps going up or up and stuff like that. Some locations you won't feel anything. That means it's where it should be. You don't really need to focus there. You know what I'm saying? And some feelings will be very subtle, like little repels or little bumps, or little hot or cold feelings, or a little bit of both. If you feel it warm, then that's good. If it's too cold or too hot, something's wrong. You see? And you can cool down the body and heat up the body with your mind, with your heart, with your belief, with your faith, with your trust, and with your palm. And we're going to learn that also in that chi video, because it teaches you how to make yourself hot and or cold through your energy. You see? It's ridiculous, this stuff. The sensation in the hands is not necessarily related to the type of auric phenomena being sensed by the hand. Although feelings and impressions in the mind frequently will give information on the aura phenomena sensed. It is important, though, to remain free of any preconceptions or prejudice or prejudgments of what you may sense, either with the hands or with the intuition, during the passing of the hands. Because that's intuition. Release any expectations you may have. Release all expectations. And you will then be free. And you will then be free to sense the energy as it is. I am that I am. You will find that practice of this technique will, over time, result in your achieving greater and greater and greater and greater sensitivity to the energetic field and vibrations. Open your sensitivities to the patient's auric field and energetic field and spiritual field, and to the patient's energies. Try to attempt to learn and get a sense of the energy flows in the body, and recognize areas where the flow of energy is disturbed. You may also wish to try to merge with, to become the sensations and the energy flow. So become the energy flow to restore it. For this will help in opening your sensitivity to the energies in the energy field. And you can sense someone else's energetic flow through your own energetic flow by becoming them, and sense yourself. You see, sense yourself. How do you feel while you feel like you're them? Like as you feel like you're that person that you're healing, the patient. How does the energy feel like it's flowing in you? If you were me, how would your blood and energy be pumping in your being right now? Can you sense me? Can you sense my vibe? You will therefore have greater holy perception of the energy of the spirit and soul. And this will allow greater intuitive, energetic knowledge of whatever energetic defects in your patient's field may be the source, the core, the roots, the foundation of the sensations as you examine the patient with the passing of hands technique. This will also allow a greater overall awareness of your patient's condition to emerge in your being. The greater your sensitivity to your patient's field is, the fuller your understanding of his condition will be and is. The greater will be your power as a healer, because you have powers. It is especially wise to pass the hands over whatever areas your intuitive reading and or auric viewing has indicated a problem may exist in order to gain additional information. So do the passing of hand techniques multiple times, all that stuff. All the techniques of gathering information. Use the passing of hands to substantiate and to add to your intuitive reading. So to take from and to add to your intuitive reading and your viewing of the aura. Combine and compare the feelings you get from all three sources of information. Should your hands give you information that is not confirmed by your intuition or eyes, do not discount it. The hands are accurate indicators of the auric energy, and they may sometimes indicate conditions not apparent to your sight, or you may be sensing what you are feeling, where you're at, because you do sense your own energy too, you see? So you might feel your own energy as well. It's kind of funny because sometimes our field mirror those who we are healing. You see? It's funny that we're sent to heal certain people, but yet the people we're healing, we might have the same particular issue too. So you might be sensing your own energetic field at times, and not just only the patient. So be open to that idea as well, because then you might be able to heal yourself, unblock yourself, or do what you need to do and cleanse yourself in order to be a better conduit and vessel and medium for the energy to work through you to heal someone else. You know, because healing begins with self. If you can conquer yourself, you can conquer the world. If you can heal yourself, you can heal the world. If you can't heal yourself and you can't conquer yourself and overcome yourself, how can you overcome the world and someone else and heal someone else, you know? It begins with me. I am that I am, as I am. In addition, you may receive intuitive insight in a visual or other form as you pass the hands over the body. Feelings in your mind as you pass your hand over a certain chakra, for example. Those areas where you sense energetic defects will require treatment using specific techniques designed to correct that condition or those conditions or the condition. Although you may, while you learn, practice the passing of hands technique as a separate step in your treatments, after the obtaining of psychic information and the viewing of the aura, there is no reason why it cannot be performed at the same time, alternating from one information source or strategy or technique to the others to explore and confirm your perceptions. It is perfectly acceptable to perform an intuitive reading while at the same time attempting to confirm the psychic information you're receiving with your own observations of the aura, using the glancing technique, and to also pass the hands while these other sources of information are obtained. All three sources of information are used together and are compared with each other. It's almost like it's simultaneous. Your mind can do that. It's non-logical and non-linear. In order that a complete and overall holy understanding of the patient's condition, holy condition, be obtained. This integration of the treatment needs of the patient, like each of the sources of information that contribute to it, acts to give impressions at a deep level to the healer's entire conscious awareness. All the various forms of information the healer receives integrate into a deeper knowing. So integrating an interpretation of treatment needs. As you practice and gain experience, you will begin to be able to discriminate between normal body conditions and unhealthy ones. You will find that healthy chakras, for example, will have a sensation of health, vigor, and energy associated with them when the hands are passed over them, while with blocked chakras you will sense an unhealthiness, and will feel that the energy ends abruptly where it should flow. A stoppage in the energy that flows upward through the chakra and into it from outside. This sense of unhealthiness will be easier to read after some practice. You must be clear and open to it. Blocked or diseased chakras may also have a blackened, muddied, smeared, or discolored appearance accompanying them, and will often appear this way to your mind's eye as you receive psychic information and guidance. Although blocked chakras are not easily detected through viewing of the aura, it is possible you will later acquire this ability. So blocked fourth, fifth, and sixth chakras are very common, while blocked seventh, second, third, and first chakras are progressively less so. You will notice that some chakras will be chronically blocked on certain patients, while other chakras will be blocked occasionally, varying with the life circumstances of the patient and their environmental atmosphere. They're corrected using a technique called unblocking chakras. A leak or tear, a region leaking energy from a damaged part of the field, like a hole in the cup or a hole in the bag, may appear and have the feel of energy flowing or moving in an unlikely direction, often outwards, like a spilling out. You will get a sense of a break or a rupture in the harmonious flow of energy, and unhealthy feel to its flow. Leaks and tears are similar and are treated the same way. So tears are like wounds, leaks are like just a mark. You know, leaks are smaller, just a little leak, drops by drop. Tear is like the whole thing spilling out quick. You know, it's like a BB gun compared to a shotgun, but they're still leaks or spilling out. Leaks may appear as a jet of energy flowing out from the body, usually near the knees, shoulders, neck, elbows, or ankles, where the joints are at, where things bend. Tears may be seen as a rip in the field layer or layers, which will be across the energetic field and stuff like that, because it's the aura that goes through tears and leaks. Chakras are blocked or impure or dark or something like that. Some of them can probably have a tear too, or a leak. I mean, I never dealt with that, but it's probably, you gotta be open to all. Tears may be seen as a rip in the field layer or layers, or sensed or felt as an openness in the field, a cut. These holes in the auric field are found over the chakras, over the face in large tears, sometimes extending through several layers of aura, are found most often over parts of the torso. Leaks and tears are corrected using a technique called sealing leaks and tears. So you have unblocking chakras techniques, sealing, just like you're sealing a roof or a wall or a cup with a hole in it, sealing leaks and tears. Auric energetic impurities will have the appearance of, or feel of heaviness, discord, or impurity. Excess energy material in a place where it is not supposed to be. They will often appear as clumps of material, fuzzy areas, or discolored areas of darkened energy around the body, or disfigured areas. There are areas of undesirable, stagnant energy accumulation, and are energy blockages of various kinds that inhibit the flow of clear energy in the energetic field of the pure white light being. The colors or appearance of these impurities will be unhealthy and undesirable looking, as opposed to the healthy, vibrant appearance of a clear aura. They will look or feel static, thick and discolored. Static, thick, and discolored. You'll sense this through your beingness. These impurities are commonly found around the head, face, shoulders, torso, hips, and other areas. They also occur over chakras, like blocked chakras and leaks and tears. Auric impurities may have an unhealthy feel to them as you pass the hands. They are often produced by unhealthy energetic conditions within the body and can sometimes also relate to undesirable emotions or thought forms. Makes their thoughts impure, emotions impure. I call these things, demons. They're not really demons, they're just negative energy. They're the same thing. Please unify that so you don't think there's a difference. Demons are actually just negative energy, and angels are just positive energy. There are no demons and angels. They're just positive and negative energy, and it is what it is because they work together. You see? The clearing of auric impurities, along with the unblocking of chakras, often results in better physical health and also emotional and mental clearing for the patient. Auric impurities are removed with a procedure called aura clearing. So now you're clearing the aura, auric cleansing. A condition of energy depletion is sensed as an absence of the energy, a lack of robustness in the overall feel or appearance of the energy field. During your reception of psychic information and guidance, you may have learned of this condition in your patient, or you may have noticed as you viewed the aura that the energy seemed low, that the first layer and higher layers seemed dim, not as bright as it should be. This condition will cause a weakness and dimness of the aura on all its levels. You may also sense this condition later as you treat the patient with the laying on of hands technique. During the placement of the hands, you may also sense a lack of vitality, integrity, and vigor, as well as consistency and charisma in the body energy, and thereby confirm your perception. Energy depletion is corrected through a technique known as aura charging. Now you're charging up the energy again. To reestablish its energetic vitality of the aura greatly aids the healing process, especially in the seriously ill, and serves to decrease the likelihood of further not at ease. Occasionally, energy depletion will occur only in certain areas of the aura, usually at the extremities. This will be sensed in the same manner as overall energy depletion, yet only in the lower legs or arms. A variation of aura charging, local aura charging, is then employed to revitalize, recharge, reboost the field of these locations. Alright, and the final one, a disturbance in energy flow may be sensed as an overall disharmony in the energy of the energetic field, the spiritual field, not tied to any chakra or other specific location in the field. It is a disjointed, jagged, or unbalanced field or appearance in the energy flow of the entire body. You may not sense it visually, but may sense it in your own being at a certain level, an unpleasant or uncomfortable sensation or vibe. Something like the sensation that screeching on a blackboard presents to your sense of hearing. There is usually no visual indication, either with psychic sight or with the eyes, but it is sensed on a subtle level by the healer as an uneasiness in the energetic field of the spirit. An uneasiness that the healer may even feel in his or her own body. This condition is corrected through a procedure known as correction of energy flow. When it is detected only in one particular area of the aura, occasionally over portions of the torso, it is corrected by local correction of energy flow. Although this is a somewhat less commonly found condition, you will, with practice, be able to discriminate between these different conditions and know what treatment is appropriate. Using all the information you have gained from the reception of psychic information and guidance, viewing the aura, passing the hands, and any other felt sense, integrate and plan the course of appropriate treatment. Above all, however, be aware that this understanding of the condition and proper treatment of the patient will form as feelings in the eyes, mind, tummy, heart, and hands. The idea is to form a knowing that is felt by your whole being. After coming to a good understanding of your patient's condition, you will then proceed with treatment, the various techniques that you will use, and the proper method of their practice are detailed in the remaining sections of this level. You will incorporate these techniques in the appropriate places during your treatment, and the recommended order in which you should do so is given in treatment outline near the end. Alright, so we're going to stop here for now. When we come back, we're going to be starting off with sealing leaks and tears. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. Hope you guys are learning a lot. Come check out the next videos that I create. Check out my page when you have time. And I hope each one of you guys have a wonderful day and live in peace, love, and light. Continue to heal yourself and emanate that light from within you into the world. And shalom. Shalom. Om.